Hey guys, it's Hannah, and today I have a book haul for you. Now before we get started with the book haul and before I explain how this is going to work, I want to say thank you so much for 200 subscribers. I mean, what? I haven't had this channel very long and there's already 200 of you. That really blows my mind. So thank you so much for subscribing and liking and commenting and all of that jazz. I love you. You're awesome. Thank you so much. And if you have been subscribed and have been on my channel for a while, then you know that I don't really do a whole lot of book hauls. I did one for Christmas, but that has been my only book haul. So the reason for that being is I don't buy a whole lot of books. I don't. I'm a cheapskate. I usually only get books if it's like a really good deal or if it's a new release that I've been really wanting. Other than that, I don't normally buy a whole lot of books. So there's really no need for me to do a monthly book haul because some months that might be one book. It happened. So instead I decided that I would do seasonal book hauls, and so this will be my winter book haul, and so that'll be the months of December, January, and February. Yes, I know it's March. Yes, I know I'm late. Oops, I'm sorry. But yes, this will be my winter book haul. So now that you know how this is going to work, let's get started. The first book I actually got in the month of December, and that is the Artemis Fowl Files by Owen Colfer. This is 2 short stories in the Artemis Fowl world, and they are amazing. So great. Oh my gosh. One of them has 3 of my favorite characters, Treble Kelp, Holly Short, and Commander Root, and all of them together is like the best thing ever, I'm telling you. So if you haven't read this, but you've read the Artemis Fowl series, then you need to pick this up and read it. And if you haven't read the Artemis Fowl series, you need to pick that up and read it, and then make sure you also read the Artemis Fowl Files, because they are great. Let me tell you, they are great. The next book I got in the month of January, and that is Prodigy by Marie Lu. And this is the second book in her Legend trilogy, which if you haven't read it, you need to, because it is so great. And the Legend series is about an America where part of the world has flooded because Antarctica melted and water rushed everywhere and everything was flooded. And so now there's this kind of new America, and you know, very government oriented, you know, it's a dystopian, so we're gonna overthrow the government. Fun times. But it follows 2 characters. One is a well-known criminal and the other is the best soldier that the Academy has seen in a very long time. And they eventually meet up, and stuff goes down, and government's overthrown, and it is such a great series. And this is the second book, and I didn't own it yet, and now all I need is the first book in the series, and I have the whole set. Yes. The next book came out in December, but I didn't get it until January because I pre-ordered it, but then I also pre-ordered it with something else that wasn't coming out until January, so I didn't get it until January, and it was just this whole hullabaloo, and I really was impatient for it. But I finally got it, read it in a day. It was amazing. And that book is See How They Run by Ally Carter. This book is the second installment in Ally Carter's Embassy Row series, which is about a girl who's basically going crazy. She saw her mother killed by a man with a scar on his face, and she's been spending the rest of her life trying to convince people that she's not going crazy, and yes, that is how she died. It wasn't an accident. Somebody murdered her, but nobody believes her. And so it's about her going to live with her grandfather, who lives in the embassy in a country called Adria, and reconnecting with the people there because she used to spend summers there when her mother was alive, and then trying to find the man with the scar on his face and tell people that she is not crazy. Like I said, this book was so freaking good. It's my favorite book so far in 2016. It was just amazing. It was... I literally have no words for it. If you watched my wrap-up, then you know I just kind of sat there gawking like a fish or something, and it's just, oh, it's so good, guys. It's so good. If you haven't read this series or anything by Ally Carter, you really need to pick up some Ally Carter books because she is a great writer and her series are so good. Just trust me, read her books. They're amazing. The next book I picked up was The Siren by Kira Cass, and this book is the reason that I got See How They Run late. So this book is about a girl named Colleen, or at least that's how I would say her name. I've heard it other ways, but I would say Colleen, so I'm gonna call her Colleen. And she's on a cruise with her family, and this big storm happens. People are throwing themselves overboard because they hear this wonderful music and they just want to drown themselves. And as she's falling overboard, she's kind of like, wait a minute, I don't want to die. And the ocean hears her, and the ocean picks her up and is like, okay, listen, you can either die, or you can be my siren and sing so people will drown and I can eat them and keep the world going round. She was like, okay, I will be a siren. And so then it's flash forward to later on in her servanthood to the ocean, and she has 20 years left in her 100-year term, and she meets a boy, an average everyday boy out of college, and stuff goes down, love happens. Just a really cute, really fun, really quick, light-hearted read. The next book I got was Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. I'm not quite sure how his name is said, but we all know Peter Pan. As long as it follows the Disney movie, then I know what it's about, but I know it doesn't really follow it. Well, technically, the movie doesn't really follow the book, so I don't really know what it's about. But I know the general idea, because I've seen the Peter Pan movie. My cousin and I made that little book club, and we're going to be reading this in, I believe, November, so it's going to be later on in the year, but I will be reading it this year. So we will see how I like it, and I absolutely love this edition so much. I mean, look, just look at it. Look at that. Look at that. I want to buy the other 2 copies they have of this. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous edition. And I'm so glad I got it. The last book I got in the winter months was The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. And I don't really know what this book is about. I know it kind of started the idea of time travel, or it made the idea of time travel popular, or something along those lines, but I don't really know what the plot is about or anything like that. But I'll be reading for school. It's my next book to read, so I'll probably start it either next week or the week after that. Really liked this edition when I got it, but then Stupid Owl Crate put an edition of it in their latest box, and I'm watching all these unboxings, and I'm seeing that edition, and I'm thinking, I want that one now. So I've changed my mind. This isn't my favorite edition. I want that one now, but we'll see what happens. I think if I end up liking the book, then I'll probably eventually switch editions, but if I don't end up liking the book, then I might just keep this edition. We'll see. We'll see. But yes, so this was the last book I got. So that is it for my winter book haul. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I know this was just, a quick little video, but I wanted to show you all the books that I got in the winter months. And I've already gotten quite a few books, for me at least, in the month of March. So the spring book haul should be a pretty good one. It'll be pretty big for me. Not quite as big as some people have for book hauls, because I swear y'all are rich. But for me, it'll be a big book haul, so that'll be fun. So stay tuned for that. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see y'all again in another one soon.